Welcome, everybody, to the Ring Generals podcast. My name is Nick Nenad. Along beside me is Eric.
What's happening?
And the RKJ man.
Let's talk that talk, y'all.
Oh, man, it's been a while since we were back on air, man. Or not on air, but we're back recording the podcast. I'm glad we're back, guys.
It's been a couple of weeks. You know, we're kind of a little bit late in some of the news, so bear with us.
Well, not necessarily. You're predicting that we're going to be late in the news already.
Yeah.
Greatest Royal Rumble isn't necessarily late on news.
Right, that was last week.
Off to a hot start.
Yeah.
Well, if we get technical, Greatest Royal Rumble is 1992, so technically we're really late on that.
Wow. I didn't even know that. That's a good trivia.
Yeah.
But they had a pay-per-view called Greatest Royal Rumble back in 92?
Shut up, Nick. Shut the hell up.
No, I don't.
I'm not.
I get
Don't
what
mess
you're
with me.
saying.
Don't mess with me.
I
I ain't playing today. You know why I'm not playing
Ryan
today.
ain't playing today.
We should wait to tell them about what happened in my fantastic car later?
Should we, or should we just do it right now?
Well, why don't we
Ryan's
just,
been dealing with some shit right now.
Some more inside stuff right there, man.
No, we need to start the podcast with this. Unless you want to do it in Ryan Rants, or you want me to talk about it in my segment.
Let's start with another fire that needs to get put out. Maybe we should talk about Nikki Bella and John Cena.
Oh, that's a good segment to start with.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
So what y'all think happened?
Well, what can I say? I think, like in every relationship, there was a bad fallout. And I did see Nikki post out. There was an interview that she conducted. She said that it was basically mostly about Cena. It was mostly about John putting himself like over what the future was going to be like. He was hesitant about what was going to happen about when it comes down to having kids. Yeah. So and he put himself in front over Nikki and the future, what was going to happen. But I know for a fact that they're going to be filming that particular breakup between Nikki and John Cena on the Total Bella show.
I can't wait.
So we're going to have to stay tuned to see the entire thing play out. RKJ Man, what's your take on it?
Yeah.
What's this quote that I keep hearing, whether it's from my brother or other people? For every hot girl out there, there's always one guy who gets tired of smashing her. And I think
just blunt. I love it.
I think at the end of the day, I think John Cena just got tired of it.
Oh man.
I mean,
brutal.
like what do you say? Like look, let's be honest here. You can be politically correct about this, but honestly, we're the Ring Generals. We talk that talk on that show, especially this week with me. And the fact of the matter is this. What did you expect, Nikki Bella? Did you expect John Cena to want to have kids? Like, if a man comes out and says, hey, look, on the first date, bear in mind, hey, look, I really don't want to have kids, and I don't want to get married. I will not have kids. I will not get married, okay? And he gives you at least one of those things. You should be happy about one of those things, okay? Be happy with your dog, Winston, okay? Not as good as a Boston Terrier. Almost as good. Okay. Shout out to the Boston Terrier. He's at the house right now. But yeah, like, and what's amazing right now, is like she decides to spend 6-7 years with this guy, and she loses her prime years. Now I'm hearing the fact that she wants to go out and like date for marriage and kids and whatnot. In my honest opinion, like something looks sketchy about the relationship since I first saw Total Divas or Bellas, because anytime John Cena would talk to her, it was like a parent talking to a child, like, and it was just like, what in the world are we doing over here? Like I felt really stupid. Like, and John Cena talks down to her, and John Cena has zero personality. Like, I don't know maybe it's the television show, but his personality is the definition of bad. Like, it's a negative personality. I don't know, Nick. What do you think, man?
Well, I have to agree with a lot of things you just said. I do think I'll say this. I don't necessarily think that John Cena got sick of smashing Nikki Bella like you had said. I just think he probably got sick of her constantly assuming that he was going to have kids, and that was his like clear stance. I'm not having kids, and all of a sudden he's just going to change that because they're getting married. No, you know. I don't know. I don't have a lot of things that I'm absolutely not going to do in my life, so I can't compare myself to John Cena. But if let's say I was saying, you know, let's say I'm never gonna follow politics again. I don't want anybody to talk about politics with me again. And then my girlfriend was always trying to talk politics with me. I would get sick of it, right? I would get tired of it. I would get I would be like, maybe we're not going to work out. So I think that's what happened with John Cena here. I think she assumed they were going to have kids because he married her finally, and he was just like, no, that's not happening. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this conversation with Ryan a couple years ago. This is like around when Total Divas was a little bit new.
You mean the RKJ man?
The RKJ man. I was having this conversation with the RKJ man, and we were talking about why Cena is so monotone in the show, and I told RKJ man that, hey man, I think you know what it is. All those years and all those times of being on the road, I think the WWE has completely destroyed him, like physically and mentally, and he doesn't have time to go back to his house and enjoy himself.
Yeah.
It's basically shown in the show that we did a comparison between Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, how they have like a connection, and there's more of a personality and there's more of a love connection there. But with Nikki and Cena, it's just
it was like it's a celebrity relationship.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
And you know what? It's funny you bring up the WWE schedule, because up until about the last couple of years, The Rock really didn't have a chick that he was always with either. Or at least the one he's been with the last couple of years has been very in the dark, and nobody really knows about her.
He was with Danny Garcia. He broke up with her.
That was a while ago.
Divorced her.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually she's managing him, which is
that's very interesting.
It's very interesting, but they're all good friends. And her new husband is actually good friends with the wife and his wife. It's kind of like Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen and Bridget Mohanan. And then it's a situation where The Rock found this new woman that he's with, and he has 2 kids with her, 2 girls. He just had a kid just recently. So, I mean, it can work, but I just think with John Cena and Nikki Bella, it was just completely different. And, like, there's this nugget a lot of people thought in the back of my mind. If John Cena wasn't the top superstar in the WWE today, if John Cena wasn't so popular as he is today, would Nikki Bella really truly stay with him?
No.
All that time, hoping to God, praying to God for kids and whatnot. So John Cena, I have to be thinking in the back of my head, okay, maybe she needs to sign a 75-page cohabitation agreement in order for me really to find out, is she really about me or is she about the money? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I think Nikki's,
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
I think Nikki's enough of an entrepreneur to where we don't necessarily have to call her a gold digger, but
I know she's not.
No, but I do see exactly what you're saying.
But status matters, right?
Oh, absolutely.
In the dating world. I mean, let's be honest here. If you stack up an ugly dude with a lot of money versus a really good-looking guy.
Donald Sterling, for example.
Okay.
Very, very ugly dude.
Okay, versus
gold-digging chicks all over the place.
Versus a good-looking dude with not a lot of money. Most of the time, the girl's going to go after the guy with the higher status.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, she's going to go after the guy who's going to support her for a very, very long time. So that's for sure. I really think... Wait, hold up a second. Now I'm looking back at it. Now that they broke up, will Nikki Bella go after Dolph Ziggler?
Dude, okay.
The Dolph Ziggler memes?
Dude, okay,
oh, my goodness gracious.
I was thinking about this. I want to say this. When Nikki Bella, when we heard they broke up, I imagined Dolph Ziggler as Chad Patton running down at that one WrestleMania, just running into her DMs as fast as he possibly could.
Well, there was a thing of Seth Rollins as he's running down the ramp at WrestleMania 31, and everybody was laughing like that. He's cashing in. Hey, but my issue with this whole situation with celebrity relationships, when you're so public in the limelight, and then all of a sudden you break and then you ask for quote-unquote privacy, like, I feel like I have no right to give you that.
It's ridiculous.
You're in the public spotlight, and you need to be faster. You need to come out and say, first things first, hey, we're going to keep our relationship private. Instead, you got Nikki Bella, mostly Nikki Bella, posting all about the relationship on social media and then displaying it all over on Total Bellas and Total Divas. I mean, come on now. It was the main focus of the show. So why in the world can't I talk about a relationship getting broken up? And I don't know, but the way this is getting promoted around is pretty damn convenient for a May 20th Total Bellas. I'm just saying.
Absolutely,
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
It's
they
good
might
promotion.
They might be seeing each other on the side and not telling anybody. They might be. They might be.
Publicity stunt?
They might be working us all. What, Eric?
Like a publicity stunt or what?
No.
A work?
No. You want to look at a publicity
work.
stunt?
It is a work.
Just look at Kanye West right now. But I mean,
Or Conor McGregor? Or Conor McGregor throwing a dolly?
yeah. I mean, this whole situation between John Cena and Nikki Bella is the definition of sketch, in my opinion.
No, I do think your statement about the celebrities keeping the privacy and stuff. I recently saw an interview with John where he just discussed the relationship, and he said, I understand I'm gonna get these kind of questions when I live this kind of life where I'm on a reality show. I have to answer it. For some reason, Nikki Bella doesn't understand that. I guess is that she just thinks she doesn't have to talk to anybody anymore or whatever. But like, I agree with you. It's kind of ridiculous when you show your life in these reality shows and on TV and wrestling, and you talk about your relationship in public all the time, and then all of a sudden you break up, and we're not supposed to ask questions.
Well, she's good friends with the guys over at the E Network, so I'm pretty sure they have every right to throw in every single
absolutely.
life that Nikki and Cena.
But Nikki's gonna come out with. Pardon my language. It's one of these bullshit interviews where she kind of lies about the whole thing, though, too.
Brie Bella has been answering more questions.
Has she? I haven't seen any of that.
Brie Bella's been answering questions.
Good for
on
her.
E Canada. Why am I getting a whole bunch of things from E Canada? But I mean,
Ryan's been watching a lot of hockey. That's why.
I actually have. I've been trying to watch
Hey
hockey.
man, the playoffs
more.
are good this year.
Yeah, the playoffs are always in NBA and NHL.
NBA's good this year,
oh
too.
My
Yeah, I agree
goodness
with that.
gracious. Woo! Shout outs to the Cover 2 podcast. You can catch that on YouTube as well with Nick. Okay, I'll be making a special appearance in September.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say other than the fact that Nikki Bella. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there. There's plenty of guys. How many dudes do you think slid in those DMs as soon as
I slid
in
into those DMs right away.
You slid in those DMs?
No,
right
I did
away?
not. No, I did not. No,
yeah, I thought about it too.
I kind of want to do it as a joke.
I kind of want to do it as a joke too.
Yeah.
But like,
You'll
be one of those few people that she sees.
I'm gonna
Shoot your
create
shot, guys.
I'm gonna create a Ring General's Instagram specifically to slide into her DMs, and it'll be all three of us making comments the whole time. We'll just switch phones each time. We'll say, "Hey, you say something this time."
We're gonna shoot our shot or what?
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna shoot our shot.
I'm down for a little shoot your shot. I'm always down.
It's absolutely all right. Let's transition to the Greatest Royal Rumble because it was for me very predictable. Ryan and I actually watched this together.
Long.
Long. We skipped
long.
through some stuff. If you skip through some of the BS, it's not that bad.
We're having a delicious steak.
Yeah.
Some mashed
Shout out to
potatoes.
Ryan's parents
I know.
for making us some good food that night
Oh,
too.
my
Eric should
goodness.
came over, but it was a little late.
Yeah, it was a little late, and plus, I understand why the event was on a Friday due to
The travel.
travel and the time slot. And I remember Kevin and Sami Zayn, they were like mocking some of the fans. They're like, "Oh yeah, and while we're overseas, you kids, you guys are gonna have to ask your parents to get yourself out of school, because it's on a Friday." So
How'd that work out for Sami Zayn?
Yeah. Sami Zayn didn't even go. So,
No, did you hear the reason though?
Well, yeah, because tensions between his country and Saudi Arabia are pretty bad.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Let's
interesting.
let's actually talk about
Let's
this.
talk about this, yeah.
Let's talk about this whole situation because a lot of people are diving into it, and before it gets relatively old, let's talk about the fact that the WWE went into a place in Saudi Arabia, showed a show. Okay, Carmella comes up on the Titantron, and all the guys in the stadium are cheering.
Freaked out.
They're cheering.
There's videos all over there. They're like, yeah.
I can hear cheers. I can hear audible cheers. Now, I didn't hear audible cheers for Roman Reigns, which I expected. But and yet the government comes out and apologizes for it and says that they will never feature that again. Man, that money must be freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the WWE and you're pushing all this progressiveness and all this progressive movement, and then all of a sudden you have the audacity to go to a country, take a check from a prince who wants to see the Warrior. He wants to see Yokozuna.
This is so ridiculous.
He wants to see The Undertaker.
Dude, that's why that sumo guy was in the thing.
Well, allegedly, that's why that sumo guy was in there. He wants to see all these people in there. He wants to see all those people in there. And then all of a sudden you're taking a check and they're saying, "Oh, we don't want the women at this show." I'd have been like, "Thanks, but no thanks." When y'all change your views, then you know what? Y'all can go ahead and we can go ahead and make a show over here. We'll just have the women cover up a little bit more. But instead, they just took that money and just accepted it. And you know what I hate too? I don't like these superstars going on social media after the event and talking crap, or liking the post of someone who went to the event afterwards and talking crap. And we're gonna talk about that on Ryan Rants, because this certain gentleman went on social media, okay, after the fact, and went to this lovely confines of social media thinking he would get protection. But there is no protection from the RKJ man when it comes to Ryan Rants. Doesn't exist.
The Twitter police.
Yeah. Damn. RKJ man on fire. Oh, I gotta say, man, greatest
Burn it down.
Did someone say fire?
Yeah.
fire. But yeah,
I
greatest Royal
just
Rumble.
got that one. I just got it.
This is
I just got it. We'll
greatest-
explain later. We'll
yeah.
explain later what
Greatest
that means.
Royal Rumble. Greatest Royal Rumble.
people.
Damn you, man. I felt like the event. Yes, there were some good parts in it, other than just Titus O'Neil, just like tripping down. But there were times when I felt like it felt way too long, and I felt like I was going to like, well, I don't know, like I was gonna maybe cancel like when it's
Cancel
like
the network.
comes
It was so
cancel
bad
it,
you could
I'm like,
cancel. Wow,
ah.
that's the second person on this podcast to say they were going to cancel the network.
Yeah, I'm
Just
like,
even that.
oh, this is too long, dude. Like, I don't know if this is your way of, trying to like one up WrestleMania, because WrestleMania this year was I don't know, a little bit shaky. Maybe Greatest Royal Rumble.
I mean, WrestleMania was better than the Greatest Royal Rumble. Most of those matches were pretty predictable. And I think even with the weird main event at the end with WrestleMania, with the bad crowd reaction, WrestleMania was better.
Yeah, for some reason Brock was beloved over there, up in yeah.
Brock
So-
Triple H got a good pop. Might have been because of the beginning of the show, but nobody else really got a pop like that.
All the stars got a pop. Randy Orton got a pop.
Oh, yeah.
in
It's
the
true.
Greatest
I-
Royal-
yeah, I
if you
do.
were a superstar, you got a pop. But
Jericho
I
did
want,
too.
yeah. Oh God, I hate Great Khali.
Did you know what?
Jeez.
Someone talked about him flying like all the way over there to get eliminated in like a minute
Yeah.
too. That kind
And
of
he
sucks.
got a nice payday though. They always pay him well. I don't know why they pay.
Here's
I don't
the
know
tri-
what.
here's-
Vince McMahon has a fetish for Great Khali, and he also has a fetish for Alberto Del Rio. I have no clue
Where's this
what
Alberto Del Rio thing coming from?
he
didn't even show up.
How many times has he freaking gotten pushed down our throat? And then allegedly they're talking to him right now about coming back.
Hey, I like
Just
it.
put him on the same brand with Paige so we could get that story. Let's get if this is the
That's
reality.
it. That's it.
I
There you
want
go.
Alberto Del Rio,
Whole Divas.
Xavier Woods, and Paige all in the same.
You forgot the other guy.
Oh, Brad Maddox.
Brad
Maddox. Oh, yeah. Brad Maddox is the star of the show.
The champion of champions right there.
Brad Maddox is the star, man.
I've seen more of that guy I ever want to see.
Too much, bro.
Yeah.
Too much. I'll never forget last March, man. I'll never forget
Oh,
that
that's
day.
so
That was
fun.
such a great
Oh,
day.
I sent a text message on that, dude, and I was like, whoa, what happened?
But look,
Never
Saudi
forget that
Arabia,
day.
like y'all gonna have to turn up your energy though. Like, and I'm gonna have to give them a pass, unfortunately, on this one because the government allegedly was sitting families together closer to the camera side,
Yeah.
to the hard camera, and we already know where they do the hard camera from. They do it from what is it? The left side?
Not
Is it the right
every
side?
single time, but yeah, it's primarily from.
primarily
left side,
from
yeah.
that left side. And they wanted progression to be shown to the worldwide audience. So they wanted kids there and they wanted women there. And then there was only 10,000 seats available for guys like us, single adult men. And where they were sitting at was pretty much the bowels of the stadium.
Those are the ones you could hear though.
Yeah, it was like $2 to $6 American dollars, and there was free drinks being served. So this was the
Pretty good deal.
definition. This is the definition of propaganda. But damn, free drinks for propaganda? I don't know.
Hey, man,
that's
here's the
that's
reason.
pretty
You,
good.
you talked about.
I mean-
You talked about the fact why would WWE do an event like this? Vince is he's a money guy.
He's a capitalist.
He's a capitalist. And
Look where his wife is.
$20 million, I think, a show or something like that for them to do it. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they have a
$200
$200 million year
Yeah, see-
allegedly for 10 years. That's what I'm hearing.
To be honest, I would be a little bit sexist if someone paid me $200 million.
Vince
I'm
is-
just saying.
Vince is a
Like
genius,
I
dude.
just say that's a ton of money. If it was $20 million for the 10 shows, maybe not. Maybe you're like, okay, we'll do a bunch of house shows and you guys can deal with whatever. But I think you're giving them that much money. I think you tell the women, hey, we'll try to get you on the show, but you guys are gonna get raises in your salary because of this. So I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it is a little bit of it's a little bit hypocritical that they went over to try and do this women's revolution, and then they do one of their bigger pay-per-views where they have all this pyro and stuff, and the women aren't allowed to be on it besides a video. But $200 million speaks. Money speaks. Money talks.
And then where was the women? Where was Nia Jax? Where was Sasha Banks? Where's Bailey?
Vacation.
Where's yeah, they're out there chilling. If I was them, I would be like, hey, we are very disappointed that the WWE wouldn't support us. Now, granted, they might have put a gag order on these women and said, hey, look, y'all don't say anything bad about the Greatest Royal Rumble or else.
Well, and they can kind of do that, but you can't go and like if you went at your job and just started, talking crap on your company, I think you're going to be like in some trouble. Right? So,
freedom of speech, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
The reason why this person is going to get Ryan rants later on is because he did what he did on social media after spewing the BS on live television to the worldwide audience at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and we're going to talk about him in a few minutes. But in terms of these women, we talk a lot about the Me Too movement. We make jokes on the Me Too movement, and I think there's some legitimate things about the Me Too movement, and I also think there's some hypocritical things about the Me Too movement. We talk about the women's revolution. I think it is gone mediocre so far, to be honest with you. I think there's been great parts of the women's revolution, and I think there's been pretty crappy parts of the women's revolution. But regardless, the women have become an integral part of WWE television, and you can't just can't do a show without the women because they are a big part of WWE television now. So for the women not to speak up, not to say anything, especially women like Renee Young, Kathy Kelly, women are in the front office of the WWE. Maybe you can't do it if you're a wrestler.
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon. And it proves that they're just going along with the status quo. And, Triple H coming out and giving the most political answers. God,
I was trying to look for it. I think he might have deleted the tweet. I didn't see it.
I pray to God that we get some of these WWE superstars on here one day, because what's going to happen is we're going to talk that talk.
We're going to give them real questions.
Because like some of the BS questions that they give them, and like these
Sam Roberts and people like that are just going to juice him up with questions.
You're just asking them those soft questions, those cookie cutter questions. The fact of the matter is this: what you're doing is completely hypocritical, and I almost feel bad for watching a show like this, But at the end of the day, I mean, it's WWE. We got to do a podcast about it. So, like, the women, they really, truly need to step up. What do you think, Eric?
I think maybe Vince is going to make it up in some way or shape or form. If maybe down along the line, if they felt hurt or they can't speak up, I think Vince or maybe Triple H might come up with a concept saying, hey, look, we'll give you guys your own proper pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Just no men involved, just have all the women involved. But of course you got to have like almost like how many
Well, you just need like really two headlining matches. You need you need Rousey obviously on the card.
Like 7 matches?
I still think, and I think Ryan, you might have brought this up on the podcast. I've been thinking about this for a while. You need to give them tag team titles.
No.
Yeah, you do. No, because there's too many women. You're missing out on
too many tag team matches.
Well, no, it's not even that. There's just too many women on the roster that aren't able to get on the product because they're not. The women are not going to be as over as the men. Okay, that's just plain and simple. The men are better wrestlers. Okay, I'm just going to go out there and say it. They're better performers. It's just like why people like the NBA better than the WNBA. The NBA is more entertaining.
But why do you think that when these women matches, these Money in the Bank, Hell in the Cell, Royal Rumble matches happens, that we are also invested into it?
Well, because number one, we're not used to it. But number two, the women are finally able to wrestle. Like the WWE was hiring people like Candice Michelle, who was a Playboy model. She can't wrestle. You know what I'm saying? So now they're hiring actual wrestlers. Exactly. Yeah, go on Botchamania. Kelly Kelly's got her own Botchamania thing.
Yeah.
On YouTube or whatever.
Right below Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, right below Titus. I almost feel like we should somehow slip that audio into our podcast this week.
We gotta.
Like it's somewhere in it.
It's fantastic.
But No,
And
nonetheless.
this is where you slip the audio in.
Yeah, boom, right there, right
Boom.
there. If you're
Right
listening,
there.
we might have just slipped the audio.
Yeah.
If not, then screw it. We didn't
Yeah.
put it in. You guys can go on YouTube and find out.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. I think that with the women, you can do a pay-per-view, like you were saying. You brought this up. You can do a pay-per-view, but you got to add tag team titles to the women. Because look at the Iconics. Okay, they're a great group of ladies. Okay. They're entertaining.
Bad talkers.
They're entertaining.
Bad
I don't
promos.
necessarily know about their wrestling skills, but I haven't seen them in the ring that much. I don't
I
follow
actually think
NXT.
they're good promos, Eric.
I think
Yeah.
they're great promos. I think it's
I don't know,
innovative.
man.
They're kind
I'm not
of
feeling
what's the word for it? They're kind of
Mean girlish.
well, mean girls, but they're kind of like it doesn't matter. They're kind of dumb promos,
wanna
but
talk
they're
about-
good promos.
You want to talk about mean girlish? You talk about Alexa Bliss and her
well,
feud
yeah,
with
she
Nia
just kind of
Jax.
acts like a bee. To be
Yeah.
honest, that's how she gets over. But
Go ahead and say it, sir. Say what you want to say.
nah, besides,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna call her a.
Come on.
I'm not gonna call her a bitch.
It's a female dog. What's a female dog, Nick?
I have a bitch at home.
Yes.
I don't think Leo's
Yes.
a bitch. Leo's not a bitch, right?
Oh no, Leo's
No,
a
Leo's
grown
not a
man.
bitch. Well,
Oh,
at least-
he's humping bitches.
He got some balls. we just,
No, I did not cuss. That's the proper
hey,
context.
we're just talking about bitches.
yeah, we're
That's
just
all
talking
talking
about bitches. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
But not necessarily. I'm not going to necessarily call Alexa Bliss that.
A moment of bliss.
But I think she would actually take that as a compliment if I told her character acted like a bitch.
Yeah.
No, because
You know what I'm
she
saying?
knows it's working. She knows.
Yes, and the Iconics
Yeah.
do the same thing. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is they're entertaining enough to where I want to see them on TV, but I want to see them on TV. I want to see Charlotte on TV. I want to see Asuka on TV. I want to see Becky Lynch on TV. I'm just thinking of SmackDown Superstars. I want to see Carmella on TV. You can't put them all in singles matches because people aren't going to be as interested in, like, let's say, a Peyton Royce versus, I'm trying to think of another SmackDown woman, Absolution match or whatever.
Sonya Deville.
But exactly, if you have tag teams and you put titles online, people are always going to be a little bit more interested in titles. And you put them on both brands. You have enough superstars. You have a 3-hour show on Raw. There's plenty of time to put that. You're not putting the cruiserweights on anymore because they don't really need to be on. So give the women tag team titles. Just saying. You want to really increase this women's revolution? Give them all the same stuff. You know?
Tag team titles, though? I mean, that
It's just
will
because
give
it's-
WWE
yeah.
excuse to have more crappy tag team matches. I'm tired of tag team matches. And the fact of the matter is this, not every man is going to be on the show, so not every woman should be on
no,
the
but
damn
there's like
show.
barely any women on the
What are
show
you talking
still.
about this? I'm tired of seeing 6 women, 5, 10 women
Well, the
tag
10
team
no,
matches.
but that only happened because of the Saudi Arabian thing. They wanted to show, okay, here's our women because you ain't going to see them this weekend. That's why that happened.
They used to do like those 10 women battle royal matches almost every single night on
Well,
Raw and
what they
SmackDown.
did though
Like-
was they had them in like bikinis and put like squirt guns at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just watching a meme the other day of Tori Wilson just literally in a white T-shirt taking a bucket and putting it over her head.
saw
There's
that.
nothing more egregious than that. There's nothing more politically incorrect than a woman in a white T-shirt just pouring water all over her body.
I used to think the most humiliating.
Eric's like getting good memories now.
I used to think that this was like during McMahon when he was dating Trish Stratus when he was making her bark like a dog.
Good time.
I thought like, whoa, this is like
That was terrible.
the very
I'm
first
sorry.
time when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is borderline. And me and my mom, we were watching this, and like my mom was like, we were like watching this, and then we were kind of like looking at ourselves, and we were like,
Dude,
how
my
is
mom
this-
back in the day,
how is this allowed?
when Melina accused Batista of sexually assaulting her.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? As a
Oh,
storyline,
God,
not real life.
geez,
My mom literally tried to turn off the TV. Like it was just like, what are you guys watching? Like what is
Wrestling.
this?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. She's making out with him in the
Oh
locker
my
room and
God,
stuff.
that was good memories.
Dude,
oh, I remember that vividly.
Okay, but real quick, just to turn to, did anybody see the last?
Hold on.
Ride
Pause.
along?
Pause. Okay.
Did anybody see the last ride along?
with Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman.
No. The one. Okay, maybe that was the last one. It was the
That
one
was
with
the
the New
recent
Day
last
and
one.
Shelton Benjamin and
Nah,
Chad Gable.
I'm tired of the New Day.
Okay, so Shelton Benjamin though brings
I'm
up
tired of Shelton Benjamin and stripper music too, man.
Shelton
No stopping
Benjamin.
me, yo.
That's not even his name.
That's
music
not even his
anymore.
thing. I know he says the
Eric,
wrong
come
name.
on,
You were
man.
making a point, Eric. No, but Shelton Benjamin brought up in the ride along that commercial they filmed with Trish Stratus opening her towel. They went over it and showed the commercial again on ride along. Do you remember that one? Where they're
yeah, the
making
Monday
fun of
Night
the
Football.
NFL. Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
and-
brought up, I'm like, that's kind of interesting that Shelton would bring that back up, you know?
Well, they always do that type of stuff on those type of shows just because, the people who watch the network like that are hardcore fans who really remember those types of things and they want that type of content. So that's what they do. They cater that type of stuff to those types of fans.
True.
That's what those shows
Very
are
true.
for.
Very true. But what were we talking about before? I interrupted the stupid ride along. And what were we talking about before that again? We were talking about...
Tori Wilson.
We were talking about women...
Saudi Arabia and the greatest Royal Rumble,
yeah.
y'all. Let's
Sorry.
get that. Okay, press play.
Yeah, sorry.
Play.
Okay, well, you know what? Actually, let's do... Do you want to do Ryan Rants right now? We'll take it. We kind of got
Yeah,
off
let's do
topic,
it.
so I'd rather
Do
go
we?
more
Do
in
we?
depth.
Do we?
I'd rather
Hold
go
on,
more in depth.
Hold on. Let's talk a little bit more about the greatest Royal Rumble.
Well, no,
I gotta pull up this dude's
I want to
Instagram.
get a little break in it because we were talking about. We kind of got off topic, so I'm like, might as well just go completely off topic. We talk about something else, and then we'll
Why
get
can't
back
we do
into
your
it.
random segment? I kind of want to.
Well, you said in a couple minutes.
Okay, all right.
You said in a couple minutes on the podcast.
Get ready.
I thought you wanted to do it.
Get ready to spit some fire.
All right, this is Ryan Rants.
Let's talk that talk, y'all. Turn my mic on. So, Mr. Corey Graves. You know what I don't like, Nick? I don't like hypocrisy. I've grown up in an era of hypocrisy, and social media is one of the worst avenues to display that hypocrisy. Now, over on the weekend, on Friday, Mr. Corey Graves was in Saudi Arabia spouting the political BS from the WWE, specifically from Vince McMahon, saying how Saudi Arabia has progressed and they developed as a country and how being there has been a fantastic experience and how it's opened everybody's eyes and how this is a celebration of how far Saudi Arabia has come. Everybody's thinking, oh my goodness gracious, what BS. And maybe he's brought into the agenda that the WWE has given him. Well, he gets back into the United States, and a few days later, he says this on his Instagram. Quote from Corey Graves, "A drink to remember that no matter how bad we think we have it, at least our women have rights, and we all have freedom of expression with the American flag. Hashtag if you get it, you get it." Liked by Renee Young, WWE Rollins, that's Seth freaking Rollins, and 16,821 others with a Great North IPA. Now, I'm not going to talk about how IPA is disgusting and terrible and possibly the worst type of beer you can ever have.
That's absolutely blasphemous.
It's BS.
Absolutely blasphemous.
I,
You're talking crap on Stone. Sorry to interrupt. Stone Cold's beer.
yeah.
You're gonna say that to the rattlesnake if you ever. If
You know what? Stone Cold, I'll give Stone Cold a pass because he's Stone
No,
Cold.
that's then you
But
can't.
other
do
than that,
You can't do You have
Stone
to-
Cold IPA, Stone Cold's beer is damn good beer. But other than that,
I still haven't had it.
But
I still haven't seen it.
Corey Graves. So let me get this straight. You take a check, and even though he claims on his Instagram, I got paid no additional money. We know they might have had to pad it up your check just a little bit more, right? And then you go on social media on Instagram to the confines and the safety of social media and say all of this. Say a drink to remember that no matter how bad we think, at least our women have rights and we all have freedom of expression. Why didn't you do what Sami Zayn did? Sami Zayn stayed home and kicked it and said, hey, look, I'm not going to this event because I don't like what Saudi Arabia has done to my country, and I don't like what they stand for as a country. But yet Corey Graves went there damn well knowing what he thought and contradicted what he did and what he said again on his social media. My thing is this. I have no problem with you having to go get a check, even if you don't agree with something. God knows everybody has had to deal with that. I've had to deal with that. Nick's had to deal with that. Eric's had to deal with that. We've all had to deal with that. We got to get a check. We got to get this paper, okay? You got to combat, in the words of Booker T, those notes that come in the mail. But one thing that I don't like hypocrisy. Oh, bleep that out. I'm sorry.
We'll bleep it out. You won't hear that. on
Bleep
the
it out.
podcast.
I don't like hypocrisy.
I like it. He's getting fired up
Because
today.
hypocrisy is the type of thing that just spews in you and spews into you and spews into you. And when it comes out, nobody even notices it because it's BS. It's the BS that just came out. Because the fact of the matter is, Corey Graves, if you thought this right then and there on social media, you should have said something at the Greatest Royal Rumble, or you should have boycotted the Greatest Royal Rumble after all. They can't fire you. You have the right to do that. They said that anybody, the WWE said that anybody who made the decision not to go, it was their decision if they wanted to go or not. Now, granted, we all know the WWE is petty as hell, and that they will probably say, hey, look, you don't have to go if you want to, but you definitely should go, and wink, wink at you. But at the end of the day, you got to have some type of morals. You got to have some type of belief in yourself. Don't just retreat to social media and retreat to the confines of social media thinking you're going to be protected and saying some BS when it's an opportunity for you to come up. Do it when it's right all along. You have all these women who need to be supported. You have all these women in the company who look to the WWE as a place as refuge, as a place to be represented properly, and then you're just going to go on social media after spouting the WWE agenda? I know you got kids, Corey Graves. I understand that. I get that. I have a family I take care of. A mom and a dad I love greatly. A dog that I care about.
I thought you were going to say you had kids. I was like, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Maybe one day I'll have kids, Nick. Maybe one day I'll have kids. And when I have that child, I will do everything I can to take care of it. But don't you want to teach your kids about how you want to stand up for themselves and stand up for the morals that you believe in? Isn't this one of those lessons? Daddy didn't go to Saudi Arabia knowing the fact that he was denying a huge paycheck because he knew it was the right thing to do. Don't you want to look your kids in the eye and say that, Corey Graves? Instead of looking social media in the eye, looking your phone in the eye and saying that? Because we're not raising a phone. We're raising kids here. We're raising young men and women. And I feel like social media has made us bitches. We're bitches in social media's eyes. Okay? So why in the world, Corey Graves, are you making the decision to go on social media and saying all this stuff at a time when you know somebody can't say anything? I hope somebody in the WWE had a serious conversation with him about this. Like I said, hypocrisy sucks. But what sucks even more is our generation. I'm the RKJ man, and I'm always shooting my shot for greatness.
Twitter, overall social media, I agree, has made us bitches. By the way, follow me Instagram at Nick Nenad, Twitter at Nick Nenad, Snapchat at Nick Nenad.
Hold on. I've had to learn this lesson too.
I got some fire social media, man.
I've had to learn this lesson too in my social media. Do I use social media to promote myself? Absolutely. That's what you got to use it for, to promote your brand. Do I use it every now and then to put up a cool picture? Absolutely. But I was putting up stuff. I was using social media. I was sliding these girls' DMs and doing stuff so stupidly. That's the reason why our generation can't get no girls now these days. That's the reason why the older dudes are getting all these girls. Now, granted, a lot of these girls are dumb. But a lot of these girls in our generation are dumb.
Absolutely.
But
shooting from the hip.
But like, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. But the fact of the matter is this: these dudes are out here. These dudes are out here sliding these girls' DMs when they can get the phone number. Get the phone number. Call them, have a conversation with them, have a nice text, and then say, you know what? I really like text messaging, but I like doing it over the person better. I like doing it over a nice dinner. Would you like to go out with me? Like, that's how you do it. That's how I've learned, and that's how I've had to learn the hard way and the good way. I've tried it the other way, and it hasn't worked, and I've tried it the other way, and it has worked. You know, getting back to the point with Corey Graves, I just don't like it. I keep using the H word. It's hypocrisy. Nick, you make sure you bleep out the F word, okay? I'm feeling a little peeved off today.
There's no F words on this podcast. We can say anything else.
Damn, you were all
Except for the
fired
F
up. RKJ,
That was good.
man.
Yeah, Eric, give me some thoughts on that rant right there. That was some good. That
was long.
He called us all
long,
bitches.
but
He
also,
called us all bitches, man.
That was long, but you know what? He can call us bitches all he wants, but I can say it's true. It hits you right inside. For anybody out there who does that, RKJ Man is throwing us some fire out there for you.
Yeah,
and definitely RKJ Man.
Look, I'm talking about experience here, okay? Now, if I were to do that on social media and talk crap about my job immediately, and my job was, and let's just say I was friends with my employer, let's say my district manager
which
saw
means
my
you're not
stuff.
friends with your district manager.
Let's say on social media, absolutely not. And my general manager, absolutely not. There's only one person from my job who I'm friends with on social media, and he's another manager, and we're really close. We're really cool. He's like my mentor. But like other than that, I've learned the lesson of when you're in a workplace environment, you don't have friends on social media with your employees. You don't become friends with them.
You just don't get weird with it.
No, you can't.
Like me, I get weird every single time.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And then it makes it awkward. And then that's where the Me Too movement comes in. Because now the girls can use that against you. Trust me, I know. Nick and Eric have constantly heard it. So...
it's crazy, dude. This chick lit this car on fire.
So Corey, yeah. So Corey Graves, come on, man, don't be resorting to social media, man. What's the right thing to do? And the right thing to do is to say something beforehand, or even say something on the national platform that you do have. You have the full microphone.
Okay, here's the thing. So Ryan's on a roll. So I'm transitioning. This has now become Nick's completely random non-wrestling segment.
I knew this was gonna
be.
Ryan,
And we're gonna explain to you what happened to Ryan a couple weeks ago.
Oh my
Ryan,
God!
You're fired up. I want to get you in your moment right
fired
now.
Up.
You're fired up right now. Ryan had a little car trouble a couple weeks ago.
It wasn't even my
Ryan,
fault.
explain to the viewers, or to the viewer, exactly what happened to you a couple weeks ago.
Eric, I can't believe I'm going to talk about you in a second because I'm upset about you too. I talked to Nick about you earlier. Okay, look, so
some sign language going on in here.
I'm at my job and I'm hearing over the headset a customer's. First of all, I sense fire, and then after that, I hear over the headset the guy's like, "Hey, there's a fire going on out there," and I was like, "What?" I heard it like very, very lightly.
It's a weird thing to hear at work.
Yeah, and I was smelling it too, and like I was freaking out. I thought it was from one of our equipment things at work, And then so I walk out, and my direction just keeps turning, and I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, God, please don't let this be my car. Turning, and there it is. My car right there. Now, at first, I ran to the fire. I ran over there, honestly, which was a dumb thing to do. That's the dumbest thing to do. I was freaking out. I thought that my car was on fire, but thank God my car wasn't on fire. But the guy behind me's car, his car was definitely on fire, okay? All right? It was an Audi, okay? I'm not going to get into
Audi.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, yes, it does.
It's an Audi now because the car's burnt to pieces. I don't know.
It's like me calling Seth Rollins.
I don't care. I don't care what the hell it was. It's done now. The car's done. The engine was on the ground. Literally. Okay, anyway. I noticed that right behind me, the car is on fire. Now, thank God that car was parked adjacent to me, because had that car been parked directly behind me, it would have blown up my car. There would have been pieces of my car all over the parking lot and probably hit me in the damn face, okay? It would have probably given me a concussion, okay? My tire would have given me a concussion. So I get there, and firefighter is like, "Hey, dude, get away." I was like, "Oh, my God." I was like, "Sir, please, my car is right in front of it. Please save my car." And all I can see is the flames just coming to my car, like just getting close and like just heating up my car. And I'm just like, good God, please, Lord God, don't let anything bad happen to my car. And then they finally get the fire out with the hose and everything like that, because you always need a hose to douse a fire. And I go over there, and the firefighter was like, "Hey, man, were you the car that was on fire?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Were you the car in front of the car that was on fire?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Is it damaged?" He was like, "Yes, it is." So I get there, and good God, I'm just grateful to God that it didn't get close to my gas. Had it gotten to my gas, my car, there would have been a massive explosion, and God knows how dangerous that would have been. And now looking back on it, considering the fact I freaking ran to the fire.
So stupid.
I don't know, man. I was freaking out.
But what's funny is, and it's not funny, but what's
It's
funny
not
is,
funny.
but what's funny
It's not funny.
is me and Eric imagining Ryan yelling and screaming, running toward his
Dude,
car.
there's a video of it. They got a video of me on Snapchat, and they showed it to everybody on Snapchat. It was just me.
Save it, please. You need to get someone to send it to us.
Yeah. I got it. I'll let you see it.
Okay.
No, I'm not letting you post this, okay? And you're not allowed to post any pictures, okay?
This is phone. We need to get his phone.
It was just me screaming, "My car! My car!"
See, that's what's funny,
and then I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Don't put me on Snapchat." I was yelling at the dude. It's like, "Don't put me on Snapchat. What's wrong with our generation?" I was literally saying this and that thing. What's wrong with our generation? Why are you putting me on Snapchat? Don't put me on there. I do not consent to this.
And it all ties in.
And what was frustrating okay, about it is what's been frustrating is
Well, your car was on fire. I
my
mean,
car was
that's
on
pretty
fire.
frustrating
My
to
car
me.
was on fire. Okay, I have been in a battle with this guy's insurance company, and they're still conducting an investigation. The guy's car engine was on the damn ground. The guy said that he was in our drive-through. Okay, he was in our freaking
That's
drive-through.
BS.
He said he was in our drive-through, noticed flames, and then he just parked there. And I'm just thinking in my back of my mind, you're gonna park with a burning car? And then he came up to me on Friday and said, "Oh yeah, I was eating food." He was like, "Oh yeah, I was just eating my grilled cheese sandwich and noticed the car was on fire." So I'm hearing conflicting reports.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude, this guy had the gall to like disappear for a couple weeks or whatever it was. For a
and-
couple days.
and then show up in
And
my
then just
job.
show up and start talking to Ryan at work. Like,
He
hey,
goes
man,
ghost.
Sorry I lit your car on fire.
He did not lit my car on
Sorry?
fire. Hold
Sorry?
on. Wait, this might be a court situation, so don't say sorry. I
You
lit
know
your
what I'm
car.
saying.
Allegedly
Sorry
got your car caught on fire because of my car.
Your car caught on fire because of his car. It's not allegedly.
And
There's
so
pictures.
now I have no damn car. My car, my insurance doesn't have rental insurance, so I'm trying to get excuse me, this insurance company. Make sure you bleep that out because I don't want to mention them. I'm trying to get this
You don't wanna
insurance.
mention-
I don't want to mention them.
Bleep that one
Bleep it
out,
out.
too.
Bleep them out too. I'm trying to get this insurance company the guy has to try to get me a freaking to reimburse me. And all I'm hearing from my insurance is on my end, you have to go through them because you don't have rental insurance or whatnot. I'm hearing like 18 million things. So I feel like both my insurance and their insurance is combining to stick an elaborate penis up my behind. Okay? And I'm sorry to say this, but it's ridiculous. Okay? You can bleep that out if you want to, too.
Wait,
I mean,
can
it's-
you just say that sentence?
No,
one more
I'm not
time?
saying
Did
that.
you say an
Okay.
elaborate? You want the elaborate penis stuck up your behind?
I do not want to. I don't get what's going on. My car is completely and totally okay. So it's getting fixed now, and it'll be done next week. But I'm still on the hunt because I done paid so much Uber and Lyft rides and to work. And what's annoying is anytime I get in the damn Uber or Lyft, I get asked the same question. Hey man, you're going up to so and so? Why in the world are you coming all the way down here for work? And it's like, good God, man. When you hear that like every single day,
1 star.
twice
No,
a
I'm just
day,
kidding.
I'm start pegging you. I start pegging your stars, man. Like I start pegging you. I told a guy last night, I was like, dude, don't talk. I had this one creepy dude come to the store and he freaking starts honking, just boom, boom, boom. I'm just like, and I'm literally walking, and he sees me walking out the door, and he's like, he has the audacity to be rude. His car smells like absolute crap. Okay, smells like he smoked weed and cigarettes in his car at the same time. They got the Uber ride and said, "Oh shoot," dumped it out, and then just drove over there knowing he had that smell in his car. And he was like, "Hey man, look, I really
Hey,
need.
man.
Can you give me a 5?
Sorry.
Can you give me a 5-star? Can you give me a 5-star review?" And I'm just like, I'm
He's like,
thinking back
he's like waving
and
smoke.
I'm just thinking back in my mind. I was like, do you honestly think I'm gonna give you a 5-star review when your car smells like a
That's what you said to him?
combination
That's what you
of
said to him?
420, a combination of 420, okay,
420 and Jeff Hardy.
and Jeff Hardy, and like, yeah, like you smell like that. It
That's
smells.
what he said. Smoke crack with Jeff Hardy. He said, okay. So we have, by the way, we have a ticker going. Certain things that Eric says a lot. So he says smoke crack with Jeff Hardy quite a bit when we're off air. He just said it when
He
we're-
says stay black more
Well,
often.
he says stay black.
Yeah, I
true.
told him he only has 3 times to say it last night.
Yeah. So he hasn't said it
Wow,
once.
getting permission from the RKJ man. That's
It is. No, it's yeah.
the blackest thing ever.
We don't know. We don't
Nick,
know if we can say it.
me and Nick talked about this, Eric. We're trying to help you out. Like we have to
You're gonna
reduce
get.
it.
You're gonna say it to the wrong black dude, and
know.
someone's gonna punch you in the face.
I know.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What you talking about? You don't know the black." You don't know what it. But I'm
Eric could
making
somewhat,
it PG.
Eric could somewhat pass off as black. He has dark complexion to his skin. I cannot. If I started saying that, I'm getting an ass whooping at some
An
point.
ass whooping.
Oh yeah. You're an easy target too.
Absolutely.
You're,
Yeah. But
you're tall and white.
yeah.
That's the recipe
So Ryan,
for
the,
getting
the long
kicked
the
at-
long story here
getting
for
punched.
Nick's random segment of the day is Ryan hasn't had a car for a while, and he's very perturbed, and other things that have been going on have just made him have just incited him today, and it's brought great content.
I'm praying to God a lot, but it's really difficult to have peace when you have no car, when you're Ubering everywhere, and they just completely, and these insurance companies want to make sure that you're not getting your money. I know what this insurance company thinks. They're thinking, oh, he's going to get his car back. He's going to be okay with paying what he paid for his deductible, and he's not going to come after us. And they're freaking wrong. And I'm trying to pray to God to hold back. I'm trying to hold back so much of what I really don't want to go full RKJ man mode, because if I go full RKJ man mode, it's gonna get really bad. Then a few days later, I'm in a group project, and my group project,
and then there's too much to talk about.
They have the audacity to try to be woke. This is what I say about our generation, man. People want to be woke when they're not talking to people's faces, man.
Woken?
Like, yeah, they want to be woken.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
they want to be wonderful on social media, but they don't want to be
delete.
Yeah, you're about to get deleted, because like these dudes have the audacity to come to tell me, hey, we need to do your part and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, so if you had a problem with what I was doing in the group before, which I was doing my part, but I was picking the smallest things possible, because, you know, I work 50 plus hours a week and I go to school full time. So I really don't have a lot of time on my hands, and I'm doing this podcast. So if you have an issue for what I'm doing, why not come to me and say, hey, Ryan, can you do this, this, and this? We just feel, and I'll be like, okay, I disagree, but okay. They come to me at the most random time. We get into this whole big thing, and they say, oh, we got this and this and this going on. So I finish the stuff. Shout outs to your boy Austin, Nick, helping me finish it. Yeah. But like we exchanged a brief texts, and then I was like, in the words of Jim Cornette, F you, thank you, F you, bye. Because it was just like, don't talk that BS to me on social media. I'm already stressed out as it is with working full time, a lot of hours, going to school full time, dealing with this car situation, the podcast, and oh yeah, I'm thinking about my future. Yeah. So like, let's calm down, okay? Let's drive slow, homie. In the words of Kanye West. Speaking of Kanye West, while we're on Nick's totally random segment,
we need to transition back to the Greatest Royal Rumble.
No, I don't feel like
we've been on this segment for a while. We've now had two segments.
No, I don't care. Kanye West, what the hell are you doing? Slavery was a choice? Like, you act like these dudes, these slaves got up on the thing like they were ready to go to a Future concert. Like, they willingly got up and got to a Future. Like, let's F up some commas overseas. Like, come on, man. Like, what the heck, man?
Wait, did you just say the word again? I got to make sure.
F up some commas.
Oh, you said F up. Okay.
Yeah.
You said F up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to say more about Kanye West? Since it's the RKJ Man vent section.
You know what I think?
It is an extended version of you ranting, dude.
Look, let me explain something. A lot of people say, "Oh, I miss the old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye West, college dropout Kanye West with the teddy bear." Let me explain something. People have to develop. Okay, they have to grow up in life, and Kanye West is growing up. But the thing about growing up is you're supposed to get better. Kanye West is getting progressively worse. Like,
the Kardashian curse is a real thing.
I hit it first.
Yeah. I mean, all I can say is this, man.
The Trey Songz, man.
We're gonna have to get him away from Kim Kardashian, man. Maybe we're gonna have to get him away from Kim Kardashian. I don't think it's Kim Kardashian. Like, I think there's a lot of issues going on in Kanye West.
Have you seen how many men? Tristan Thompson had a damn kid with one of them, and still was at the club.
And getting chicks.
Just getting chicks. He had like 5.
Yeah, he had like 5 chicks? I thought there was like 2.
No, there's like 5 overall.
He had a basketball team? He had a starting team?
He had a starting lineup. He had a center, a power forward, a wing player.
Oh my God, a shooter.
Everything,
oh my God. Jeez Louise, man.
Hey, man, okay, here's the thing, and this is something I know too. When you're the tallest guy in the club, you gotta watch out, man. You gotta watch out with what you're doing. Everyone can see you. It's the dumbest thing ever. He's like 6'10" out there. Oh, nobody's gonna see me. What are you talking about, man?
In these text messages, like, these chicks won't leak these text messages on social media. Like,
the only one leaking text messages is Kanye West.
No. This chick leaked a social media a text from Tristan Thompson saying how you wanted to do all these illicit sexual things to her. And I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, why in the world are you doing this, Tristan Thompson? Why are you ruining? You know the Kardashians have so much power, they can ruin your career. Even in the NBA, they can ruin your career. They did it to Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
But the only person who got away was James Harden, and he got away quick enough.
Yeah, James Harden's a beast. Yeah.
I mean, this man has a biblical beard and can still. This man looks like the Black Abraham.
James Harden looks so goofy without a beard too. But I don't know. All right, we need to get back to wrestling. Okay,
I
We need to
don't
get back.
know.
We need to get
That's
back.
pretty fantastic.
That was good. That was good. That was a good little.
That was a
That was a
good extended version of Ryan Rant.
So Eric,
That was Ryan Rance and Nick's totally non-rant. I keep messing it up. Totally wrestling. What is it? Non-wrestling.
Nick's completely random non-wrestling segment.
It's too difficult. It's a tongue
That's
twister.
what
You're
it's
gonna have to
supposed
get.
to be. It's supposed to make people pissed off that they have to say the whole name.
Yeah,
It's-
you're right. You're
that's what-
accomplishing that
yeah,
goal
yeah.
because I'm pissed off.
But so, Eric, I want to get your thoughts on the overall content of the Greatest Royal Rumble, real quick, because we need to get the backlash a little bit.
Right. As far as how long the show was, or how
Just more of the
matches.
content of the matches. Yeah.
Okay, some of the matches. Nakamura, AJ Styles, it was okay. Just I wish that it would have never ended in a count out.
Yeah, what I think with that one is they want to have a legitimate match at Backlash. And I
Right.
think that's when
No, that's
Nakamura
true, yeah.
is going to win the title. We'll go into Backlash, like I said, in a second. But I think that match was, hey, we're going to put Nakamura and Styles on the show. Essentially, this Greatest Royal Rumble was a glorified house show. But we're not going to change the title, and we're not going to have a definitive winner.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I knew that. Well, it's good that they're going to continue this match, but with Nakamura still not saying like why he attacked AJ Styles. He demanded an apology, didn't he, on SmackDown, right? So
I think so.
yeah, he demanded an apology from AJ Styles. And the match overall from Greatest Royal Rumble, it's yes, there were some surprises there. Of course, at last I didn't expect Jericho because I think I was so focused with. I think I lost track with all the superstars that were entering in the Rumble because it was so long, and I lost track. I even forgot that Chris Jericho was even in the Rumble in the first place. I even forgot about that. So that was actually pretty cool. But Braun Strowman winning it, I thought it was actually good.
So
like a lot better than
Strowman's one of the he's one of the premier guys right now. He's one of the most over superstars you can have.
Yeah.
So you got to have some. You're not gonna have Big Cass win that match.
But shout out to Daniel Bryan for sticking with the Rumble for almost like 1 hour and 28 minutes.
Yeah, I called it too because I said Daniel Bryan will most likely be number one.
I knew he wasn't gonna win.
Yeah, but I told you, I said he's gonna stay throughout the whole thing. Big Cass is gonna come in and eliminate him.
Ryan did call
just so he can continue this feud with Big Cass. And they're slowly giving us what we want with the Miz and Daniel Bryan, but they're just leading up to it slowly but surely,
which is good.
I think it's very smart. Shout outs to Shinsuke Nakamura and his theme song, by the way.
Very good.
Yeah,
very good.
It's a new, more of an alternative theme song.
I'll tell you this though, that theme song, it sounds a lot better in an arena with the whole crowd and stuff. When you listen to the song just by itself, like with headphones on, it's like very like it's not as good. So you kind of need the bass and all this stuff involved with an arena.
I
but
think
it does, and with him dancing, he needs to be added with the music. It's almost like
it
doesn't matter, but it's just
not only him. He had his song altered, but also. Drew McIntyre had his song altered in a way, sort of on Raw. They sort of changed up his song when he was coming out. They added more drums to his entrance theme song, which is pretty cool. Up until when Dolph Ziggler interrupts him, what makes his entrance.
Yeah.
And but looking at some of these superstars that were entering in the Rumble. I kind of question, like, what's his face? Like, Sumi was one of them?
We think that was the Yokozuna,
Yokozuna,
thing.
Just to impress, the
Prince or whatever.
The Prince,
his name is.
which was very, I don't know. What's your take, man?
Was that guy, when Vince McMahon presented the championship to Braun Strowman, was that guy the Prince, the Sheik?
No. I thought the same thing. No,
because I was hoping Braun Strowman would blast him through a table.
He's like, okay, so we don't we don't have this type of guy in our U.S. government. He's like the sports commissioner of all sports in Saudi Arabia.
So like, okay.
So it's he's the commissioner on sports, and I guess they count wrestling as a sport or whatever. So he's the guy that sets up, he's the guy putting out a bid for the Olympics or the World Cup to come to Saudi Arabia. He's the guy in that commission. That's why he was out there in his damn sandals in the ring.
Yeah,
okay, I get it's a culture
sandals.
thing, but what are we doing?
Why are we in sandals,
We got
man?
practically bare feet in the ring.
Can you please wear tennis shoes, man?
Yeah, I agree. What are we
And by the
doing?
way, did they take a break for an hour? Didn't they take a break for an hour for a prayer? Because
It
that's why they
wasn't
did
an-
the kick.
It wasn't an hour, I don't think, though. It wasn't that, because we fast forwarded. It wasn't an hour.
Yeah,
we
they kept.
fast-forwarded.
Yeah, they talked on the kickoff panel, which was awkward, by the way, without Renee Young. You had Byron Saxton. You had Jerry the King
Byron
Lawler,
Saxton sucked on that thing too.
Jim Ross, and Booker T. It was the most random commentary group I've ever seen in the history of my life. So they're all talking, and I'm just thinking in the back of my mind is, man, this show, y'all can at least afford to get Renee Young to at least do commentary?
They
do
can't, though.
commentary?
Can't do it, man.
Good God.
They might arrest her. It's seriously.
Yeah,
That's how crazy
but
Saudi Arabia is.
But in your opinion, guys, what would have to be, now that we're speaking commentary, what would have to be like the best commentary team, hands down,
What are you saying?
like of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah,
We
best
can definitely
commentary, hands down.
Well, I think Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Well, that's what
no
we
doubt.
remember. But Bruno, what is it? Bobby Heenan
That's
and
pretty good.
Brent, the Monsoon,
Oh, Gorilla
Gorilla
Monsoon,
Monsoon.
yeah.
Well, Vince was a pretty good announcer
Yeah,
too.
Vince was all right. There's a reason why he's behind the camera.
Well,
now.
he's much. The Mr. McMahon character is
The Mis-
much better.
the
than
Mr.
his.
McMahon character. You know, it probably saved the WWE. Let's be honest here. But yeah. Oh, did we talk about Jeff Hardy botching against Jinder Mahal?
Oh yeah, no,
No, because it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't that big of a thing. But we can talk about it. Yeah.
I hate Jeff Hardy. Like, I just want to let you know that. Like, I'm not a fan of Jeff Hardy. I never was a fan of him when I was younger, when 2008. By the way, he should get No More Words back, because No More Words was better than his current Hardy Boys 2000 generic theme song music. But anyway, like, yeah.
His music is good.
The
now.
Whisper in the Wind versus him and Jinder Mahal. Like, can we just please just bury Jinder Mahal?
Oh no!
Like, where he
don't hinder
deserves
Jinder.
to be. Now he's going to face Roman Reigns at Madison Square Garden. And I know they're prepping for a Madison Square a feud between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns. And when that happens, I will directly turn my TV off. I will turn my TV off.
Probably not gonna be for a title.
It's
so you
gonna
just
be
don't watch
for
the match.
it's gonna be for something. It's gonna be a main event of
See,
Raw.
I'm
one
a
day.
Jinder Mahal fan, so I don't get the
He likes to be trolled.
disrespect.
He likes to be
I don't
a
like
troll.
the disrespect
He's being a
that
troll.
Ryan points towards. Just a Jinder, if you're listening,
He's
I
trolling.
got you. I got your ass, bro. I got your ass.
Really? You got his
I
ass?
got his ass.
All right, cool.
If I have to knock some heads, I got to knock. I'm the next Singh brother. The other one's hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up at Backlash. And
I
interrupt some
don't think
stuff.
you fit under the description of what they need for
No,
the scene,
I'm not Indian,
but,
you're right.
I mean, but
You
you
know.
know, I'm just saying.
But they did put that internet chick as a honorary Singh brother the
Are
other
you
day.
kidding me?
Yeah,
Was she hot?
probably.
Okay. It's the hot chick rule, bro.
I know.
The hot chick rule.
I'm
Hot
not
chicks
disagreeing.
Always,
I'm not
Hot chicks
disagreeing.
always get more of an opportunity. Come on. I say this: a hot woman will always diffuse any type of situation. You can bring in a war between World War III could be happening. You just put 5 hot chicks there, and I'm telling you, the fires will stop, the bullets will stop, people will stop dying, people will miraculously heal. I mean, I'm telling you right now. Like,
I mean, a
that's
woman must have got involved with the Koreas.
Yeah,
But they're all of a sudden just signing. They're just
signing
best
stuff.
friends now.
I think that's biblical prophecy.
Yeah.
That's biblical prophecy.
Someone was promised
Jesus
something
is coming
over there.
soon. J. Cole is telling y'all on his album, Jesus is coming soon.
Someone,
1985.
exactly. Someone was something happened in Korea. There's some chick got involved over there, man.
Yeah. So next time put Carmella.
How about this? How about this? The power of women.
The dude were cheering, Carmella. Like, they were cheering. I think all the women complained. That's the thing. All the women complained.
Exactly. No. Okay. So, think about this with the women, right? So imagine if you had surgery to enhance your six-pack, to create an artificial six-pack.
What?
Do you think the WWE would let you just take a couple weeks off? Just asking you a question. If you were like, okay, I want to look better with my body, so I'm going to create a six-pack. I think you know where I'm going with this. Hold on. If you said, I'm going to have an artificial six-pack put in, but I can't take bumps in the ring for a couple weeks, do you think the WWE would oblige? Probably not. But Alexa Bliss made some enhancements.
Hey, look. First of all,
And they
allegedly,
just let her-
allegedly,
No, it's not
allegedly. She hasn't
man.
come out and
no,
said
no,
it yet.
the Dave Meltzer though.
She has. Who cares? Dave Meltzer. I thought you said you don't like Dave
No,
Meltzer.
but-
You say his stuff is not.
No, but
always
why would Dave
credible.
Meltzer just make up the fact that she had breast?
I think Dave Meltzer maybe
breast
get
enhancement.
everybody and their mom is singing because Alexa. First of all, is she with Buddy Murphy anymore? I don't even see her with Buddy Murphy.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've kind of kept that private anyway.
They've kept that private. Salute to them. That's how you do it. You don't put each other in social media. You keep each
You
other
just make
private.
us all think that you're.
Yeah, like Carmella and Big Cass. Carmella had to come out and say, hey, look, yeah, we're not dating anymore. That's how you do it, okay? Alexa Bliss, that's how you do it. Take notes, Nikki, okay? I almost said Nicki Minaj. I don't know why.
It's close.
Okay,
It's
but
close.
anyway, yeah, I have issues with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I told you that this is gonna become Rock and Austin for the female rap wars right
I
now.
agree.
Cardi B.
I'm on Cardi
B
B's side, man. I'm on Cardi B's side.
I don't know. I'm in the middle right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
Nicki Minaj's coming out with some fire music lately, but
Chung Lee. Is that
it's
Chung
pretty good.
Lee?
It's a pretty good song.
I have to listen to it.
It's a pretty good song.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, getting back to Alexa Bliss. I think Alexa Bliss in her situation, I don't know. Like, I heard she had it early. Rumor has it that she had it earlier. She had it like earlier in her career, and now she's just getting it touched up. So now you truly notice it.
Well, can you do that with the,
you
the
can get
strongman
it,
contest though?
You can get it adjusted.
No. But like, when she used to do the strongman contest, can you artificially have fake boobs? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
For those
absolutely.
contests?
Yeah.
Okay, so she probably did it for that, but that's what the rumors are, is that she enhanced them more.
Oh yeah, they're
Okay.
definitely yeah.
And we're not being sexist. We're just talking about this.
I can
okay?
tell. I can tell a significant difference on her freaking Twitter feed when her dog is running around.
Oh my!
Her dog is around.
Jeez, man.
That's when Jr. should have been like puppies.
That's Jerry Lawler. That's
Well,
Jerry
no,
Lawler.
but you get away with it.
My bad.
You
Jr.
could get, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, you could get away with it, but there's dogs. There's dogs in the video.
You can put a lot of barbecue sauce on that. I tell you. We're talking about
we
ribs.
Finally got unpolitically correct on the show.
We're talking about barbecue ribs. I've always been unpolitically correct.
We've been the realest guys in the room.
That's a good point. We did talk about we have said the F word twice on the show already.
I think 3 times actually.
Possibly.
And Eric hasn't said "stay black" once. So Eric, you have 3 chances?
Well, you only got one more chance. You can't say it more than 3 times either.
Oh, you
can't just be
No,
saying it.
Eric. Oh, I can say it because I'm black. Eric can't
Fair
say
point.
it. Okay.
Fair point. Well, he can say it. He can only say it 3 times.
All right, so we're talking about Alexa Bliss. What y'all got to think
Well,
about
I mean,
Alexa
we don't have
Bliss?
to talk about
I mean,
Alexa
Alexa
Bliss
Bliss is gorgeous. I love her character. And I honestly think Alexa Bliss may win the title back at Backlash because if y'all haven't noticed, I didn't really pay attention to Raw this week
I
with
didn't
her plates. Nia Jax's plates haven't been changed on her title. That's what
Oh,
somebody
that's an
pointed
interesting
out.
thing to look at. I never even thought
Somebody
about
pointed
that.
this out on either one of the wrestling forum that I go
It's
on.
probably
or
because Vince
social media.
appreciates the fact that she's not trying to turn the fact that she had the breast augmentation or whatever. That he's like, you're trying to turn into one of these old divas. I'm giving you a title back. Vince has still got that in him, man. He's still got that in him.
Vince is crazy. Vince is crazy smart.
He's crazy smart, man. He knows what we want.
That XFL though, where's that XFL announcement, Vince, in 2020 though?
Well, it's 2020. We got till 2020. If it doesn't happen in 2020, you'll hear it on the podcast, and we'll be talking mad.
Actually, we might have Vince McMahon on the podcast in 2020, or Stephanie McMahon, or Triple H, and we'll just ask them straight up.
That's a good point. All right. Well, I think we actually need to transition Backlash a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about the Greatest Royal Rumble, I swear to God, for like 50 minutes now. Just off and on. But so let's go to Backlash. I'll bring up the matches, but I don't even know all the matches going on in this card.
You guys do realize
Are
that
you guys excited for this pay-per-view?
I kind of want to point out with that. Have you guys realized that Raw and SmackDown, they've been pretty bad on their viewership as of late? They've been down.
It's the post-WrestleMania
It's
thing.
exactly, yeah.
Like, that's just all it is to it. Like, there's hockey playoffs, there's
That's
NBA. My thing with WWE is I get very upset when their programming doesn't go up in the summer when the kids aren't there. Like, in my opinion, your programming should get better in the summer when the kids aren't going to school because they're allowed to stay up later, you know. And then when football season happens, then you taper off your programming up until Survivor Series. And then after that, you wait until the new year, and then after that, it's all about the road to WrestleMania.
SummerSlam's play smart, though, because it's in the NFL preseason, which really nobody cares. I mean, nobody really cares about that. And the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals are over.
Yeah.
So is that what you're trying? That's kind of what you were trying to say.
Yeah, and then
it's
the
placed
World Cup
nicely
should be
in the-
over.
Yeah, it should be over.
Yeah, the U.S. though with the World Cup, it's especially with us not being in it this year. I don't think the viewership's going to be as good.
Well,
I'm not interested in the World Cup at all
because
and I am as fair weather a soccer fan as you get. Right? I like the LA Galaxy, not just because Zlatan Ibrahimovic is on the team now, but I've always been a fair weather fan. I'm not afraid to admit it. But with the U.S. not being in the World Cup, I could literally care less.
Yeah, I can see that, and of course, right now the UEFA championship leagues or
UEFA.
the UEFA. We're
There's a
kinda,
U in there. You're forgetting the U.
no. I mean, like we're
You're
pretty
saying
much.
UEFA. You're putting a W.
We're
in
pretty.
there.
We're pretty much.
Exactly.
Dude,
Right. It's like, what the hell are you guys talking
no,
about?
for us, dude. Like, we're so used to calling it UEFA, whatever. So, the championship leagues, it's gonna come to a close this up and coming May. Preparing for the World Cup, and I don't know. For us, for Mexico, of course, it's gonna go, and viewership is gonna go up too.
Mexico will. That's a good.
Yeah,
point.
that is,
Especially
Mexico.
in California.
Due to Univision and also Telemundo, they're gonna be having a lot of viewership, so that's one thing. But yeah, if US was still involved, man, I'm pretty sure viewership would get even a lot bigger.
If any spicy Latinos want to come kick
Jesus,
it with
man.
me and watch Mexico in the World Cup, you're more than welcome to.
Amen. You gotta go after those Colombians.
Oh,
Getting so
Colombians.
specific.
I like Brazilians.
what is
Brazil,
it about
chicks from
Colombians,
Spain.
Eric?
What's so great?
We'll get to backlash in a second. What about these Colombians? Are you talking about?
I'll tell you guys after.
Oh
No.
He just said spicy Latinas. You gotta tell us.
No,
what
you
you're
gotta
talking
you gotta tell us, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to marry a Latina one day.
about. We didn't. What?
I'm trying to date a Latina. I'm trying to date a Hispanic lady
You're
one day.
putting yourself off for a lot of good-looking women in the world by just
I know,
saying
I
I'm
know.
looking
not-
for a Latina.
I'm not saying specifically just them.
You're
I'm just
literally wearing a Marilyn Monroe,
I
t-shirt
am
today.
wearing a Marilyn
and he's
Monroe
talking
shirt.
about.
It's a pretty dang good shirt too.
It's a cool shirt, but
It's a
you're
cool
you're
shirt.
being hypocritical right now.
How am I being hypocritical?
You're wearing
Did
like
I
the whitest woman ever.
Okay, let me
t-shirt,
explain
and you're
something.
like,
Did
I
I
want
say-
spicy Latinas at my house.
Did I?
watching
No.
soccer.
I invited a spicy Latina. If she wants to come watch the soccer match, she's more than welcome to come watch it with the RKJ man. She's more than welcome. We'll fix you some delicious food. I'll fix you some fried
Yeah,
chicken.
no,
okay,
you gotta
mashed
have
potatoes.
some burritos.
Eric
there or
said I need to have burritos and tortillas
That's
and
so
like
random.
some other stuff. And I just saying I don't know.
You're one step closer to becoming
Ryan
one of us.
rates baits with food.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll become one
Hey.
step closer to become like us, man.
Ryan has Asians over his house. Hey, we got orange chicken. We got all this stuff. He has Mexicans over his house. We got tortillas. We got taquitos.
What about white people?
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
An apple pie.
Yeah. Well, fried chicken technically could be.
No, don't you dare try to take fried chicken away from black people.
No, it's an American thing. though.
Okay.
It's an American thing.
It's an American black thing.
It's an American
it's
black
a-
thing, but there's a lot of white people from the South that eat fried chicken.
Black people.
I have
made
no
fried
idea what I'm
chicken.
talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's-
don't you
it's
dare
definitely a black-
disrespect.
It's definitely a black thing.
You want to see a Killing a Live television?
It's a killing on a live podcast.
We like fried chicken, dude.
Just-
we love fried chicken.
I love fried chicken. Anyway, Eric, what were you talking about
Why
with
did
the
he say
Colombians?
we like he's black? Did you hear what he just did?
I don't.
He
Yeah.
said we, and he looked right at you. He said we.
Eric, what were you talking about though about Colombian chicks? You gotta go after those Colombian chicks. What is it?
All I can say is they know how to dance.
Hey, Cubans do too, though. I was
Okay,
listening
all
to
right.
a Joey Diaz
Oh,
podcast,
God.
and he was talking about how Cubans
today, but that okay.
dance and like
Dance will make her dance.
no, but like Cubans dance and they like sexually assault each other as part of the dance.
Oh God.
It's very strange. You gotta hear a pod. Did you hear this one? He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I didn't hear that one. Yeah.
No, they talked about the Cuban dancing and how like the men and the women they like sexually assault each other during the dance, but it's part of it and it's like okay, it's very strange. We've been talking about the Me Too movement and stuff, and the Cubans just don't care.
They don't care about.
They
the
don't
Me
care
Too
about
men.
that.
So do I have
You
to
know.
move to Cuba? No, I don't want to move to Cuba. No.
What'd you say?
Don't worry about it. You'll hear what they do. You'll do it in the sound bites, which we need to put up. We need to do
Sound bites are
this week.
100% happening this week.
We have to do it.
100%
This week.
happen.
It's too good. It's too good stuff.
We had
Too
some
many
good stuff. All right, should we get the backlash? Should we get the backlash?
I think this is more exciting than backlash.
I almost like don't care. Yeah, I
uh,
almost think next week we should just talk about backlash what happened and not predict it. I think we should start
Let's
talking
just
about.
talk about the main matches. Let's talk about Samoa Joe just being fire with his promos.
Well, I'm actually excited about this match. I'm looking
I'm
forward
not,
to this
because I know what's
No, but they're
happening.
both good workers though.
I know what was going to happen. Roman Reigns is going to spear him, and then he's going to get the 1, 2, 3.
I think Samoa Joe might beat him.
I hope and pray to God that they find some way to make both guys look strong. Maybe have some type of interference from somebody or something. But what we're going to get is Roman Reigns, essentially what he didn't get over Brock Lesnar, a clear, decisive win. and that's going to make him look stronger as he tries to get towards Brock Lesnar one more time.
I don't think that's happening. I don't think the Brock Lesnar thing. I think what they did on Raw last week with his promo by saying that, I'm really the champion, that's kind of the way Vince is going to crown him the Universal Champion.
That is so stupid.
No, by him, I know it's dumb, but Vince has got to get off on something, right? And so what he did was, okay, well, Roman Reigns is really the champion because technically he should be the Universal Champion, but they didn't actually give him the title, and Brock will drop it to, like, I don't know, someone else in the future. It's not going to be Roman, though.
Well,
there's no way they do that to us again.
Backstage, I know that they've been working on a match between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I'm down
at
for that.
SummerSlam. At SummerSlam, they're having
Get Bobby Lashley
discussions.
the title. I'm okay with that.
They're having discussions with it because, look, I mean, I know there's been people contacting Bobby Lashley like, hey, when you come to Raw, when you come to SmackDown or whatever, can you compete with these guys? Can you compete with Daniel Bryan? Can you compete with Brock Lesnar? You know, because both you guys have the credentials. Both you guys have somewhat of a similar background, but I would like to see like that match. And there's been talks about having a match set up for SummerSlam with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Now it's unknown if Brock Lesnar is gonna stick with WWE after SummerSlam, or is he going back to UFC?
Well, I think from all the things I've heard, his contract is no longer than SummerSlam. I even heard before SummerSlam, but I think if that Lashley match happens, either his winning,
that must be the insurance
Ryan's
company.
phone is going off. We got like 5 minutes left in the podcast.
Crap.
Just wait. This situation with the car is happening while we're live on the podcast right now.
Crap.
Shoot, the Honda's ready.
Your car is ready?
Whoa!
It's ready.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of the mic.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
Explain it.
They said my car is ready.
His car. Wow! What it all comes full
Yeah.
circle. Ryan's car is now ready to go. He doesn't have to deal with the problems he had. So I'm glad we got to talk about it in this podcast, but we wouldn't be able to talk about it again. But
Maybe. They still got now it's on to the insurance. They still got to get me for these Uber
that's
and Lyft
true.
rides.
But at least one part of the terrible scenario is over.
What's funny is the lady from my insurance. She said that until my car was good and the repairs were done, then they couldn't actually
makes sense. Yeah.
I couldn't actually do anything with the other insurance and file everything with them. But I still think they're gonna try to BS me on this thing. So we'll see today.
We'll see. We'll give you guys an update.
This has been too good not to share.
No, exactly. Absolutely.
Good.
It's so funny that happened. I mean, if we would have went off the air like a couple minutes ago, we wouldn't have had this.
Like I said, usually good stuff happens when we go off the air. Now it happens while we're on the air.
This is a good podcast.
Thank
today.
the good Lord.
But back to Lashley, I even think that with that match at SummerSlam, I think Brock actually could win because I think they want him to break CM Punk's streak. I think that's what this whole title reign is now turned into. He could still win and then just toss the title, just vacate the title.
So screw CM Punk.
Well, I think
throughout
in
CM
trying to keep transparency or not transparency, I guess, with a match, I don't necessarily think that match at SummerSlam between Lashley and Lesnar, Lashley's just going to win. I think Lesnar could win. I'm going to the UFC. Maybe if he comes back, he gets another title shot, finally loses the title or whatever, and that's how you do it. But I do think that Brock may actually never lose the title. He might just vacate it. Which is, it's whatever. I don't really want Brock to, have the title anymore. But there are still matches for him to have. I still want to see a Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar match. I want to see, obviously, Lashley. That'd be pretty cool. So, if we get those, I'm down for that. But other than that, I think Lesnar's kind of run his course in the WWE overall. And if he wants to come back, it's got to be kind of for special matches now.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, definitely he has special privileges in his contract. And he only shows up on selected dates. And, I think Brock has run its course. He's faced almost every top guy as of late. I don't necessarily see him feud with anybody else. I think I'm done with seeing Brock and Roman Reigns.
Everybody is.
I think all of us we're all in agreement that we're tired of seeing that match.
Yeah,
100%. Okay. Just to be sure.
Ryan's pointing his thumb up. Yeah.
Just to be sure and to let everybody else know out there that we're done. That's it. That should be it between the match between Brock and Roman at that cage match. Whatever happened. Okay.
Totally.
Roman is not going to get over. That's the point. He's not going to get over.
And when Eric's saying it, it's true.
Yeah.
Right? When Eric really puts his mind to like a promo or like a storyline, that's when it's over.
Eric is one of the most optimistic people that I've
Yeah.
seen with We've seen the development, the evolution
Exactly.
of Roman Reigns ever since we've been working together.
See,
At
like
this
me
place.
and Ryan kind of just say stuff. We'll just kind of voice our opinion. Eric is so optimistic about it, but if he's saying it's over,
It's over.
it's freaking over.
It's done, man.
Okay, man.
Put a nail in that coffin
It's
and
over.
just you might as well be Rusev in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
because it's done.
Aiden English almost died during that match.
Oh, and are you seeing what they're teasing on SmackDown now?
What are they
They're
saying
teasing that Lana's teasing that Aiden English is the dead weight that Rusev needs to get off in order to become the true superstar.
Man.
But see, the problem is Aiden English is a big part of Rusev's
He
gimmick.
is, yeah. He's actually probably the reason he got over in the first place.
So no, Rusev is the one who got
Well, no,
over.
but I
Going
think
on
that
Twitter.
with Aiden English though, that has made him what has made him over is not Lana, it's Aiden English. With the whole gimmick where he comes out and announces him and does the stupid rap or whatever he does.
He's actually the singing gimmick is kind of cool.
No, it is. It is. It's you appreciate the talent that he has to sing. But okay, sorry. Back to Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. I'm excited about this match. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope that Joe beats him just because I don't like Roman Reigns as a mark in a way. I hope Samoa Joe wins. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. If Roman wins, it's not the worst thing because you probably consider him better than Samoa Joe anyways. In all likelihood, I mean, kicked out of like freaking 5F5s.
Yeah.
How's he not going to beat Samoa Joe? But I want to get to this Nakamura AJ Styles match before the podcast ends.
Yeah, we
I
really
think-
only care about 2-3
I think
matches.
this is going to be finally the match we've been waiting for. With it. No disqualification. There's no more double counts. No more, low blows that are going to end the match. I think this could be knockout, drag out brawl.
ball shot heard
30
around the
minutes.
world.
30 minutes, and I think Nakamura wins.
Ooh.
You got it, right? You change the gimmick, you have to give him the title.
I've got to get. I want to see AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Just being a guy who watched TNA in 2009,
True.
thinking in the back of my mind, these dudes are going to end up here forever. And then in 2018, seeing these dudes still at this stage in their career, putting on great matches
Yeah.
with great characters and the crowd's cheering for them, I think you just got to do it.
I got a crazy storyline to happen possibly at this pay-per-view. So Roman beats Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Samoa Joe screws Styles in the finale.
I think that's likely.
That-
I think that's likely
I
to
like
happen.
that. I like that happening. He chokes him out or whatever. It's no disqualification. When you have these no disqualification rules, that a lot of times we've seen guys interrupt matches, and I think with this, Nakamura wins the title. You keep Styles strong, obviously. Samoa Joe taps him out or whatever, and Nakamura wins the match.
I think.
And it develops. Nakamura eventually beats Styles again, and you have this Samoa Joe, AJ Styles match, where there's a lot of heat between the two.
I just don't know what you do leading up to WrestleMania next year.
We're not talking about we're in
Because
SummerSlam.
let me tell you what I want with Samoa Joe. I want Samoa Joe to have the title going into to WrestleMania and possibly face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, or at least have a 3-way with Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles. I really want that match, but I think we're gonna get that on a random SmackDown or a random pay-per-view. So my question is this: what matches can we save for a year from now? Can we keep separate?
Well,
from a year
Ryan,
from
you
now?
like to jump forward, but we need to look. I want to see dope matches at SummerSlam this year. Let WrestleMania happen. Let them start develop stuff at Survivor Series.
I
You
think
don't need to
Daniel
start
Bryan.
developing it
Well,
right
I've
now.
said this right now. I think Daniel Bryan is on the road to WrestleMania. I think he's going to win the Royal Rumble, the actual Royal Rumble, the legitimate Royal Rumble that we actually give a damn about.
I think
in
by
January.
the way, him staying in so long was a precursor of the fact that he's probably going to win next
he's
year.
going to win the Royal Rumble, and this is a precursor because they're giving him a test. Okay, let's see you work these guys. Let's see you work this. Let's see you work that, just so we can get you ready for that big title push at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah.
Let's see if
He
your
deserves it,
body
too. He
can
deserves
handle.
it.
Let's see if your body can handle it. If he can really carry Big Cass to a good matchup this weekend, he's really gonna pull his stock.
Yeah, but he's looked like he has not lost a step at all since he came
Oh,
back.
he's actually come back more. He's come back better, and he's come back more safer.
No, yeah, when he does
safer.
those kicks in the corner, my brother and I were watching, and we're noticing that he's hitting the ropes. Jeff Hardy is actually a good example of a guy that does it right. Hardy hits the ropes so he doesn't land on his head. And so Daniel Bryan just used to slam on his head, and obviously that's why he had to retire for 3 years. Daniel Bryan's now not landing on his neck and head anymore, so he's being smarter, you're right, while still being entertaining, which is the perfect thing.
That is what you want as a wrestler, and as a fan. You want to be safe. Yeah, I'm right back. You know, you want to be safe. You want to be smart. You want to be intelligent with the way you're doing things. But yeah, in terms of this matchup, I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
Okay.
Just because I think AJ Styles will, and I think we're gonna get an AJ Styles feud with Samoa Joe. I think we're gonna get a Shinsuke Nakamura feud with Daniel Bryan to lead up to Miz.
Those are some good matches. Make it happen. SmackDown's roster stacked, like we were talking about. Make it happen.
It's stacked. Like literally, you don't have to have every superstar on the show. I don't know why they have like Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton and all them. You don't have to have it. I just want to see some better flow and some better consistency in storylines. My phone is ringing off the hook. Let me look at these messages.
It's a text. It's not a phone call.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
It's such a stupid thing to say. No,
I'm gonna have to go with AJ.
You're gonna go with AJ?
Yeah, AJ and
we'll see who's right.
Yeah, and Samoa Joe
No.
After Samoa Joe gets over with his feud with Roman, he'll go after the title because I know that's a title that Joe has been seeking for a while. So he's gonna go after the main title, not the Universal title.
Well, he also, I think, when he did his promo the first night he was on SmackDown, as far as Jacob, he didn't mention Nakamura in his little promo. So I think the guys he mentioned were the guys I think he's going to feud with.
Yeah,
like
AJ
Daniel
Styles,
Bryan, AJ
Daniel
Styles,
Bryan.
all that stuff.
So, and I would like to see Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe as well. I mean, another match that they've had, I think in Ring of Honor, before.
Yeah, it's been a long time, though.
So it's been a long time.
That stuff happened a while ago.
But now they're more experienced. They have a lot more going, so we'll get to see those feuds again.
Real quick, before we ended the podcast, I almost forgot about your segment.
Oh,
we didn't do the indie. We need to do the Eric's Indie update. We'll do a little finisher, a little main event right here.
We were like,
we were just rolling. I wanted to put it in between when I switched off. That's my bad. But so here's Eric's Indie segment.
All right. So anybody out there, and I just mentioned Ring of Honor, the War of the Worlds pay-per-view and tour is coming up. It's in May. We're on the 3rd of May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So May 9th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. They're going to Lowell, Massachusetts, Toronto, Royal Oak, Minnesota, and also Chicago. So basically, Liger is going to go up against Cody at the War of the Worlds tour, and they're going to go up against in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, this is the first time that Jushin Thunder Liger is stepping foot in Toronto to compete. So that's a big one right there. Jushin Thunder Liger, legendary wrestler from Japan. Made it over to WCW back in the day. Had incredible feuds with guys like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, so many others. Also, a lot of the luchadors as well. Great wrestler too. And also, Liger and Flip Gordon is going to go up against the Briscoes in Lowell, Massachusetts. So he's got a big schedule coming up on his way. Austin Aries versus Silas Young in Chicago, part of the World's tour. And over in NWA, anybody who wanted to know what happened between Nick Aldis and Colt Cabana, well, Nick Aldis beat Colt Boom Boom Cabana in China for the NWA Championship. This feud has been circulating for quite a while. Nick Aldis has been insulting Colt Cabana, saying that, you haven't really reached your full potential. You haven't really went to that dark side. You think like you're a people's champion, like with your comedic character of yours, and then Nick Aldis said like you haven't reached that full potential. Dump these people, dump the fans, and become a guy like me. A guy who doesn't care, win championships. Go around overseas wherever he goes, defend the title, and that's what Nick Aldis does. He doesn't care, and Nick Aldis again still a champion. So right now, who knows who's gonna go up against Nick Aldis? Right now, probably Crimson over in NWA. And over in PWA Insider, they reported that Chris Jericho will be returning to New Japan Wrestling.
Oh, wow. I did not know this.
Yeah, he's going to go back to New Japan Wrestling, and he's going to go after the IWGP title.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's going to settle some old feuds over there and also get back his title, get the title. And I thought that Jericho, he was done with New Japan Wrestling, but, after seeing him in the Rumble, and even Kevin Owens.
Kevin
said,
Owens shouting out, "Go back
he
to
said,
Japan."
Go back to Japan.
Kevin
Leave
Owens-
us alone.
Kevin Owens is the best.
Damn it.
Yeah, Kevin Owens and Adam Cole are the best at saying stuff in
Yes.
the ring without people really hearing
Yes,
them.
that's
They're
true.
both fantastic. But
Adam Cole, baby.
I want to mention real quick, Tommy Dreamer, of course, of House of Hardcore, was actually on the MLB Network talking like New York baseball the other day. So if you're a sports fan and you like to kind of see the wrestlers mix up into the sports world, go check out his segment on MLB Network. I don't really know if it's on YouTube or anything like that, but it was interesting to see him join the MLB Network crew.
I'm pretty sure, because I did see it on Instagram on Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
He did post that up, and I'm pretty sure he posted up.
He was legit
that
on
up.
the show. I think he was
Yeah.
on the show for the full hour. There's
Yeah.
a show called MLB Now. I've watched it a couple times, and he was on it for the full hour. So I think he was the guest or whatever. So
MLB Network's fantastic, by the way.
best network of all sports. And yes, I think MLB Network is better than WWE Network too.
Damn.
Throwing a little fire. Maybe not.
Throw a little
Maybe not. They
fire.
don't have the Monday Night Wars.
What do you gotta
so.
say? What do you gotta say, RKJ man?
NBA Network says hi.
NBA
Actually,
Network sucks.
sorry. NFL Network says hi. NFL Network's actually
It's
pretty
close.
cool.
It's close. But
Pretty
I
cool.
think it's time to end the podcast. It's been a good podcast, guys. It's been fun.
A lot of fire.
Yeah, a lot of fire, spicy Latinas,
Yeah.
everything.
The F word being
Yeah,
thrown,
F word,
F
car
bomb.
fires,
Yeah.
everything. But
Kanye West.
so raise a glass and salute the ring
Hey
generals.
man, raise a glass in the sky and salute the ring generals.